mythology of ancient Rome, disease was not merely an accident of the body, but a force personified as a deity. Among these divine figures stood Febris, the goddess of fever. Unlike the shining gods of love, war, or harvest, Febris was feared rather than adored. Her presence was felt in every shiver of the skin, in every sudden fire that rose through the veins. She was not celebrated with great festivals, nor remembered through heroic legends. Instead, she lingered in the anxious silence of Rome, the unseen reminder that even the mightiest empire was fragile before illness. The Romans believed that Febris ruled over the burning heat of fevers and the shaking weakness that followed. People prayed to her not for glory, but for survival. Shrines dedicated to her were modest, small sanctuaries where offerings of water, herbs, and amulets were left in hopes of calming the fire within the body. To invoke her was to admit fear of sickness, of frailty, of the limits of human strength. Febris was often accompanied by two darker spirits, described as her daughters or sisters, Dea Tertiana and Dea Quartiana. Their names reflected the cycle of recurring fevers, tertiary and quaternary attacks that returned every third or fourth day, the familiar rhythm of malaria. They embodied the cruel persistence of disease, a reminder that recovery was never certain, and that the sickness always waited to strike again. A lost inscription found in northern Britain once mentioned Dea Tertiana, proving that the cult of these fever goddesses had spread even beyond Italy. There is no surviving myth that tells the personal story of Febris. No tale of battles or romances, no grand narrative of triumph. Yet her influence was powerful, for she represented a universal fear. In a world without modern medicine, fever was often fatal. To the Romans, every outbreak of illness was a reminder that their empire's strength could be undone by something invisible, something that slipped past walls and soldiers. Historians sometimes compare Febris to deities of illness in other cultures. In Hindu tradition, for example, the demon Shvarasura was believed to cause fevers, echoing the same link between the supernatural and the burning sickness of the body. These parallels show how humanity, across time, sought to understand and personify the terror of disease. Febris may never have inspired poets or sculptors in the way that Jupiter or Venus did, but she was embedded in the daily lives of ordinary Romans. To whisper her name was to confess human vulnerability. To leave an offering at her shrine was to hope for another dawn without fire in the blood. And in that simple, fearful devotion lies her enduring legacy, the goddess of fever, both dreaded and revered. A silent reminder that mortality was the shadow following even the greatest of civilizations.